I strongly dislike the New Zealand National Party. They serve as little more than a vehicle for the interests of rich elites. They are totally beholden to the interests of the upper class, often shamelessly so. Just recently, they voted against a bill that made it a crime to steal workers' wages. That tells you everything you need to know about their twisted priorities. The rich elites who fund them come first. They care about serving those elites far more than they care about being tough on crime or looking after ordinary people. Historically, they have sent New Zealanders to die in pointless wars and conducted authoritarian crackdowns against striking workers. They are also incredibly bad at managing the New Zealand economy. In spite of pretending to be responsible, they have constantly racked up massive debt and engaged in unsustainable, vote-winning economic policies. However, in the history of this odious party, there is a single figure that I deeply respect, and it is not Robert Muldoon. I do like Muldoon, but he is not my favourite historical National Party MP. My favourite historical National Party MP is Ralph Hannon, a prominent cabinet minister from the Keith Holyoake government. I like him for one simple reason. He is one of the few people in the history of New Zealand politics who truly understood the purpose of the state. Most people view the law as little more than a tool for enforcing their emotional impulses. They want to prohibit practices that disgust them. They want to execute criminals out of anger. They failed to recognise one simple thing. The state exists to control the vicious, emotional side of humanity. It is not to be used as the ultimate expression of it. That damages the credibility of the state on a fundamental level. The state is supposed to be a strictly rational institution that restrains the harsh, emotional side of humanity. It is not supposed to be an expression of that harsh, emotional side. Ralph Hannon understood this. This was his political philosophy. He was instrumental in the abolition of the death penalty for this reason. He convinced a dozen National Party MPs to break ranks and vote with Labour to abolish the death penalty, and he achieved this objective. He was also an early supporter of decriminalising homosexuality for the same reason. I like Ralph Hannon. Not many people have the maturity, rationality, and emotional restraint to recognise the true purpose of the state. The state is not a tool for enforcing emotional impulses, it is a tool for restraining them. You may be disgusted by homosexuality, but emotion is no basis for a credible legal system. You may hate the criminal and want to see them suffer, but this is the same kind of emotional bloodthirsty impulse that motivates much crime. When the state engages in such conduct, it undermines its credibility. It becomes an expression of the very thing it is intended to restrain. It becomes a grotesque perversion of the force of cold rationality that it is supposed to be. Ralph Hannon's perspective is of eternal significance.